Hey Orions, welcome to Starseed Energetics. My name is Bora and I'll be forecasting your 2019. Basically what I'm going to do is lay out a few cards for quarter 1, quarter 2, quarter 3, and quarter 4, each decreasing in the number of cards because you'll have more free will. But if you can tap into your higher consciousness, you can tap out of even the timelines that are close up. And if you can kind of sense, like, you can't really tell the difference between next month and next year, like they're both ambiguous, right? Aren't they? It's like, do you sense the time shifts that are occurring? Probably for you especially, because I never really pointed that out to anybody else out of the star systems. But let's see what's happening. The first card that pops up is 10 of Pentacles. Lucky you. This year is all about getting rich, like really rich, like not just like money wise, but just everything, like just abundance in all areas. And then on the bottom of the deck is the 5 of Pentacles in reverse. I don't read reversals, but look at the energy. Like, it's literally going from, you know, this 5 of Pentacles have been showing up in every freaking star system. It has to be like a global energy, like a purging that's occurring, especially with starseeds. I think a lot of starseeds are going to start, you know, witnessing their UFOs, like their light ships, the spaceships, or whatever you want to call it, and making contact with their star family, and they no longer feel abandoned. And if you have resolved your abandonment issues, a lot of the times it'll translate to feeling more safe on this earth, and then, you know, feeling more prosperous, and then it actually results in this tapping of this energy, tapping into this energy. But you're doing exactly that. And so this year, just expect to have a lot of abundance open up. And actually, I did a perfectly good reading from my MacBook for you guys, and then I got this camera, right? But then for some reason the Orion constellation kept asking me to do a new one, so this is the second time that I'm doing your yearly forecast. So this must be some kind of energy that you've already shifted, or you just are really upgrading so much that I can't even keep up with the energy reading. So this, you know, it literally is like, if you know the Drake song 0 to 100 real quick, that's exactly what it it's like there is no 50, there is no 60, it's just 0 to 100 real quick. That's exactly your energy this year. Let's go, Orion. You know, honestly, thank you to all of those people who stuck around while I had this shitty equipment. I'm sure like these readings are more exponentially preferable to watch after I have like proper equipment. 1, 2, 3. A message that's coming up is simplified. For some reason, that's a really strong message to declare and simplify, especially in your physical environment. You know, when you're going through all of your stuff and you're not sure what to throw out, what to keep, is imagine the highest state of, like, you have everything you need, you have all the abundance that you possibly need, and whatever mind state that brings up, and then when you look at the item, is it resonant or not? And then if it's not, either give it away or throw it out. So simplify your life and surroundings. That's going to give you more energetic space to like really bring in new things, or that are exponentially better. When it comes to there's a few different energies at play in the first quarter. So there's a lot going on in your life in terms of your love life, in terms of your career, and just like your personal growth as well. You have Six of Pentacles with the Ace of Cups. So I think a lot of you are going to go through a time period where you're really sitting down and thinking about your social situations, like your circle, your friends, and whoever you let into your personal life, whoever you let kind of take and give and take your energy, really thinking about, is this person worth keeping in my life? Is this person worth sleeping with? In terms of like the give and take of the energy, sometimes it's just not fair energetically if you sleep with them, because you're totally exchanging like your entire fields, and then, you know, maybe you get sick after because they're not worth your time. And sick, and just like maybe you're just like super hungover, you just get like, if you're a female, you get a bladder infection or something like that. And it's not just like a random coincidence, it's like you're literally purging the shit they didn't process. Same with guys, like I don't know what you guys can possibly, maybe you have a headache, maybe you have like a stomach ache after, like I don't know, but just really think about who you're exchanging energies with, and then you know, be discerning. It's like, would you eat crap? No. But then it's like, why would you? Here's a it's really funny. Here's a really good guideline that you can think about when you are choosing your sexual partner, because like I'm just saying that because like Ace of Cups next to Six of Pentacles is very much talking about this exchange of emotional energy, right? And what happens when you sleep with people, you know, this is getting like super what do you call it, PG? It's not, I'm not going to get into details, but when you sleep with somebody, after you sleep with them, usually you sleep next to them, right? And do you know what happens is, like, when you're sleeping next to somebody, you're literally exchanging your astral field as well. So like in the fourth dimension, like what you could share a dream space, or like you could be tapping into their astral field. And it's not just about the actual act of sexual exchange, it's also like all about your energy field, your astral field. A good way to go about discerning if you're gonna sleep with somebody or not would be to think to yourself, would I switch lives with them for a week? And if it's a no, then don't sleep with them, because that's actually what's happening with your auric field. It's actually more than a week, like maybe even a month. It's like gonna slowly fade out, but you're like literally, you know, like, Jesus. Okay, sorry. Three of Pentacles and the Five of Wands. This is also with your workspace. So even if this seems like separate, like with your love life and your work life, it has everything to do with your physical grounding. And this, all of this energetic dynamic is what's going to contribute to you being able to achieve this like ultimate wealth, which you are. Like, this is stable, this is your theme, this is what came up, it jumped out of your deck, and then it is so relative to like just really programming all of this out. This is like so polaric, such a polaric energy. But in your workplace, I think in the first quarter there might be a lot of conflict, like maybe difference in opinion, or just it's gonna seem like there's a lot of changes at your workplace or your creative projects, whatever you're working on. It might seem like so tumultuous. However, what I want to invite you to do in that way is just to stick to your flow. Like, this is exactly when you have that interplay of giving and receiving. So don't hold on too tightly to your desires when it comes to this creative project. When there's a lot of different conflicting opinions, it's okay to let some of it reshape it. Just hold on to your main like values, and then everything else will be fine. Just take charge of what you are expert at, and the rest is fine. So if you're the frequency holder, for example, there are certain people in a project where it's not necessarily that you do something specific, but there's a frequency that you hold within the group dynamic. So if you view your role as primarily the frequency holder, then the biggest kind of benevolence that you can give towards this team play or team dynamic is to hold the frequency. So that would just mean that you make sure to hold down your essential soul's frequency, because that's your service. That's a big part of your service. And then maybe you don't have to worry too much about the little details, but make sure that you don't compromise the state of your consciousness to buy into this little things that don't really matter. Just do what you're best at doing. The last kind of cards that come up is Four of Swords and the Two of Swords. So this year, I mean this quarter, I feel like you're very much internally focused, and there's a decision that should be made that you're not really paying attention to. But when I say there's a decision that should be made, I think that in this case, with this Four of Swords coming up, being so reflective, it just means that you're actually, when it comes to a certain decision, when it comes to career and love life, you are tapped into a really benevolent state where you're not really paying attention to the external kind of conflicts, but you're really more looking inwards, which is a great thing. I don't think that the Two of Swords is coming up to say like you're not looking at something. No, actually, I think you're very much tuned in, so that's a good thing. So whenever you are dealing with this love or romantic situations or like social dynamics, and as well as your career, just focus on the internal like conversation, dialogue, and energies that are playing out. And I think that's a big message for you in this quarter. Second quarter, I have the Page of Pentacles, Temperance, Empress, Death, and Five of Swords. So I think that Page of Pentacles, so there's a new offer that's being made to you. I don't know exactly where it's coming from, but I think it's like a stream of income. It could also be like the portal that's being opened for your Ten of Pentacles. Like the gateway is opening in the second quarter. So around like March to June, I guess, watch out for, you know, opportunities that knock on your door. Not watch out as in like be on the lookout for it, but just be prepared to receive you know, some offer or an opportunity. It could start out as something that seems insignificant, but it's going to really like streamline that channel. You know, when an opportunity is offered to you, it's not necessarily that accepting that opportunity is going to right away lead to something amazing, but it's more so that the opportunity that's being offered to you is going to introduce you to a couple of people who's going to help you learn certain lessons, and then from there you take certain actions that's going to lead you to another opportunity that's going to teach you some lessons, and then step by step it just gets here before you know it. But don't expect any opportunity to just like randomly be like, oh, the opportunity of my life. No, it's not like that, because that's not the experience you wanted to have in this third density. The whole fun of it is like this maze, right? If you go into a maze, you go through a maze, you don't like expect to go to the end result right away. The maze, for the whole point of it is to go through the maze. And you're gonna have to just really keep in mind that while you're going through this, and maybe the results are not absolutely immediate, but what's important is that you establish this sense of self-confidence, sense of self-worth. No matter how insignificant the opportunities seem, just know that the person that's gonna achieve whatever you are hoping to achieve is in you already. Maybe it's an aspect of you that you experience like once in a while. Like once in a while you truly like step into the whole entirety of who you are, the essence of who you are. But that's like being channeled more and more into your daily life, like more often, more frequently. And the level of yourself that is like doubtful or not trusting of yourself is slowly dying out. And actually you have the Death card right next to it, which is a card of transformation, right next to the Five of Swords. So I think that actually, you know, as these new doors open, you're letting go of a lot of things, and you're letting go of a lot of relationships. I think that in social circles, that's huge. Like you're gonna make a lot of new friends, I think, or like just resonating with a lot of different people who are so valuable to you. And then you have to let go of some other things, and there might be a part of you that's kind of like feeling like guilty, or just it's almost like when I see the Five of Swords, it's hard for me to even verbalize because it just feels so bitter. The Five of Swords is this bitterness. It's part of it is resentment, part of it is like, why did this have to happen? Like, why did this happen? But just try not to focus too much on that, because you got what you hoped for. Like at the core essence of it all that matters is that you step into your full self. And if in order to bring you this, some experiences had to happen that you ended up attracting things that are dissonant to you in order to really refine the sense of yourself that is completely self-sufficient and confident, then that's what had to happen. So don't worry too much about other people or what they're going through, because there was some sort of conflict. There could be some conflict with other people and situations, and that's okay, because this is a natural process of death and rebirth. Nice. Wow, this is so cool, guys. This is so beautiful. You have the Eight of Pentacles, which is like you working, you know. So when you're given this new channel of opportunity or like new ground, so maybe if it's in your career, you get assigned a new role that you're super excited about. Whatever it is, you're super passionate about it and you're working on it, and it just fulfills you so much. And right after that is the Ace of Pentacles. So I think that when this opportunity is given in the second quarter, over the third quarter, so like over the course of the summer, like June, July, August, you're gonna be really like loving it, especially August. August is a really big month for this to yield some fruits. Ace of Pentacle comes up, so you will be seeing like the major incremental increase in your physical like abundance that is a return from this opportunity that you are passionately working on, in terms of like the creative projects and the career path. And then Eight of Cups comes up, so you are leaving. I think there's a lot, like I feel a lot of this is physical location, but I get this really mystical feeling about this card when it shows up in this spread. Like it's either dimensional travel or just like exploring a side of yourself that you forgot existed. I'm getting a lot of like fairy energy, like elven fairy energy, and you're just gonna be setting out on an adventure. Like this is very adventurous. And you know what's making me so blissed out that I just kind of want to like pause here and like take in this energy of this third quarter is the Two of Cups. So I'm not sure if like you end a relationship before the third quarter, or maybe this is somebody that exists in your life, or it's a new person. It could be a new person totally, but you like literally you move on, you set out on an adventure, and then you unite with this fucking lover. And maybe it has to do with the fact that you're more discerning of your energy. And I want to highlight here actually that if you're not like a promiscuous person, where when I said something like, you know, be careful who you exchange energies with, it could be vice versa. If you're too careful, look at your environment for people who are completely worthy of exchanging energies with you that you're like rejecting or whatever. That could also be the case. But in any way, this is an ultimate union of two souls that are like literally, I don't know how to say this, but I hope that you feel what I'm saying. But this is your lover. This is the love of your life. And not that this like one singular person is like, you know, if you know me, I would never say that one person is the love of your life and that's the end of the story. This is the love of your life for now. The only love of your life is yourself, and yourself, your sense of self, infinitely expands for the rest of your life. So wow, whoa, this is so intense. No wonder why I had to do a new reading for you, because this energy, like I am literally transported to another fucking realm while I'm reading your reading energy. So fourth quarter, you have the Fool. It's a brand new beginning. So most likely you're actually moving like far away from where you are, whether that's like metaphysically or physically. You're moving away, and then like you're pursuing this beautiful love, and it's a brand new beginning. Like you're a fucking new person by the end of this year of 2019. This is not the you that you know right now. This is a brand new you. And like this Hanged Man, however, I don't know if this is like a stagnant energy, because like it's so clear that this is a new reality. Maybe it's just that you have this enlightenment, because a lot of the times Hanged Man can be this fresh perspective. Maybe this fresh perspective that you've been cultivating, this new way of perceiving reality, is kicking in, and it's like has a lot to do with this hermit energy, which is like internal reflection. So that could also be that honestly, like, now you've merged the internal and external experience of reality. It's harmonized, because Two of Cups also, before you can meet this love of your life, for now, you always have to have internal alchemy first. So for you, there's no way for you to attract this type of person unless you had an internal alchemy first, which on another level means that you've merged, harmonized the energies of your internal and external reality. So you're literally able to simultaneously experience this third dimensional matrix slash like fifth dimensional interweaving slash like all the other dimensions, while simultaneously experiencing its dynamic internally, which is like the goal of enlightenment beyond enlightenment. What is another message that I can give you guys? Oracle cards. So random, but some of you can travel to Japan. Your goal is within reach. Like, this card is so dime. So whatever, like, I think it has a lot to do with this physical grounding, and maybe hopefully you're at a point where when I say this is the year that you like attain this level of wealth, there's nobody going like, but I don't care about wealth, I care about enlightenment. Like, fuck off. Enlightened people can be rich as well. Enter the silence and listen. So this has a lot to do with this hermit energy. So this, like, you know, this is where you can really discern the different dynamics between giving, like the duality, like you're literally transcending duality, and then you're able to really listen in silence, which is ironic, but it's what happens. Like, silence isn't nothingness. Silence is itself a force. You know, it's almost like negative space when you're designing. You cannot dismiss negative space as nothing. Negative space has so much purpose. Speak your truth, express yourself. So a lot of you really are stepping into a place where you are able to like really be yourself and like be your authentic self, and realize, like, you know, if you have people who don't believe in you, or who are skeptical of your paradigms, or who are dismissive of your talents and skills, it means that you're not being expressive enough. Like, you don't have the courage to really be yourself. That's why people don't see you as who you are. It's always like the dynamic is very clear. It's not as straightforward. It's very convoluted in a way that your external reality might play out things that are suppressed, repressed, or overexpressed, and like the way that it kind of reflects itself is like very complicated. However, it's simple enough for you to, you know, realize like your external reality is a carbon copy of your internal space. And don't take anything for granted. So all of this stuff, when it's happening, when it's occurring, it's gonna be too good to be true, almost like, but things are too good to be true if you're not grateful. If you have a frequency of gratitude, nothing will be too good to be true, because it's being received with gratitude, you know? Okay, so that was the end of your reading. I hope that it has been helpful. Congratulations on this energy, and I hope you have the most wonderful transition into 2019. Thank you so much for sticking with me through thick and thin. All the people who's subscribed to my channel, thank you. I love you guys, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.